Welcome to Blue Talks.
Well, hello everyone. I'm so excited to be here with all of you today. It's such a privilege to share with you the ideas, the thoughts, the way to optimizing and unlocking your extraordinary. As I was mentioned, I am a Human Potential Activator, a Wealth Consciousness Activator. I am also a multidimensional healer, a radio and podcast host. I am sure many of you, if not all of you, have experienced like a burning desire, the desire to contribute at a higher level, the desire, that burning desire, that passion within you that gets you moving and contributing in a big way. And all of you are here for that reason. So we're going to talk about the path to, the many paths to, and they're not in any particular order. So we're going to walk through all of these, and within the time allowed, we're going to go into some depth about them. So the first one is self-actualization, self-mastery, self-awareness, awareness of your relationship with others, the world, and how that reflects back to you, your willingness, ability, and capability to allow change in your life, the willingness to take radical responsibility, as well as recoding a powerful mindset, and then playing all out. So they're listed here 1 through 8. But they're not listed in the level of importance or where you start. Wherever you start is perfect. So we're going to start with self-actualization. Self-actualization, if you were to put everything on a pyramid, it would be at the top. It would be you fully optimized. When we talk about self-actualization, there are 2 components to that. Is the 3D component and the 5D component. The 3D component is being your best self, being out there and being present, is you accessing your full potential. But then there's the 5D component of that, which is your soul alignment, your mission, your purpose, activating the DNA, activating the consciousness within you, clearing what is there for you to be yourself, clearing the karma, clearing your chakras, aligning your heart line, healing your body. And then accessing your gifts, not just your talents that you express here in the world, but your gifts, your ability to hear, your ability to see, your ability to sense. And then living from that place, living from the place of flow. Now we move into self-mastery. Self-mastery is becoming unstoppable. Self-mastery is your ability to step back and look at yourself. It's your ability to look at you as if you're looking into your story. And then noticing how you're creating and noticing how you're being, noticing how you're acting and how that's creating your reality. And then with love and compassion, course correcting that so that you're creating a reality that works for you, a reality that supports you, your mission, and everything that you desire. Self-mastery is the ability to see yourself with compassion and with eyes of unconditional love. It's accepting yourself as you are. Accepting your darkness, accepting, that which we avoid, just embracing all of that and bringing light to it. Because if you can do that, then there is no judgment. There is no rejection. And then witnessing the emotions as well when you're creating, for instance, when you're triggered, you go into grief, you go into hate, and noticing where that is, noticing the core of that. And again, with love, loving compassion, loving kindness, going to that place and healing that part of you to move into the place of self-mastery. And that allows you to move forward with flow, allows you to move forward with ease. And in the process, what you're doing, which is really important, is creating or cultivating the relationship with yourself. And the relationship with yourself is really important because the separation from you and you is what's creating all the challenges in your life. The separation with you and source is what's creating the struggles, the pain, and the suffering. And when you begin to develop that relationship with yourself, you're creating more ease in your life. You're creating more love. You're actually creating more abundance. You're manifesting a lot easier. Now we move into self-awareness and being present. Self-awareness is a little bit different than self-mastery, but as you can see, there's kind of an overlap. With self-awareness, it's more about where am I in this moment? So where do I choose to be? So I can wake up in the morning and choose to be happy. I can wake up in the morning and choose to feel frustrated, because what you choose and the vibration that you step into, what you're vibing at, it's what's also attracting more of what you desire and moving you closer to that divine path or moving you further away. So that self-awareness is really important, but it also comes from knowing yourself and knowing how far you are from you. And then realizing this gap that is here, how can I get to that next best version of myself? And the self-awareness is self-love, is self-care, is self-acceptance as well. So it's a practice that kind of overflows into all of these areas that we're talking about. And then we move into awareness of your relationship with the world. So your awareness of your relationship with the world is how you show up and how that's reflected back to you. So you first became aware of yourself and what you're choosing to be in unconditional love, choosing to be in loving kindness, choosing to be in abundance. The second one is, if I show up in abundance, how does that reflect back to me? Opportunities, possibilities, people honoring who I am, or just the opposite. If you're choosing to be in lack, if you're choosing to feel angry, if you're choosing to be in blame, then that's what the world is going to reflect back to you. So we want to be in that awareness of, first of all, how do I shift myself? How do I course correct? How do I look at myself without judging myself? And secondly, what am I stepping into, which is the self-awareness? And then how is that creating in my environment? How is that affecting everybody else in my environment? And then we go into the willingness to allow change. Allowing change could be very easy for some people, but it could also be very challenging for some people. The willingness to allow change is letting go of the need to control. And sometimes we hold on to that need to control because we feel like if we let go, then it's not going to happen for us. If we let go, then we're not going to get there, or we might fail. But what's happening is that we're not trusting. We're not trusting ourselves. We're not trusting the universe. We're not trusting that we're enough to create the change that we desire. And when you let go of that resistance, you're actually inviting all parts of you, like your inner child, all the parts of you that said, I'm not ready for that, or that's too traumatic, or that's overwhelming. You're inviting all those parts of you to come along. So you're healing those parts of you as you're allowing change to happen. Now, also with change, what it could also bring is the fear of success, the fear of failure, the fear of being rejected, the fear of not being enough. If we allow change, we're also developing a different relationship with fear. We can resist and be afraid of the unknown, or we can see it as a possibility. We can see it as an opportunity for a breakthrough. When we experience fear, it's our body saying, this is different. You haven't done this before. Well, this is new to me. And what happens is that your old parts are triggered. And if you look at that, instead of saying, ooh, fear is coming up, maybe I shouldn't do it. If you look at that, interesting, this is an opportunity for me to grow. This is an opportunity for me to expand. This is an opportunity for me to up-level. Then you begin to develop a different relationship with fear, and change becomes a lot easier. It becomes exciting. It becomes like, wow, yes, I'm one step further to where I need to be. And then we move into the willingness to take radical responsibility. So that's another area where we might find that difficult, because we interpret as, it's my fault, I have to take responsibility to that, then I have to look at myself, and if I'm the failure. So we have all these judgments that come up when we look at radical responsibility. But in actuality, when we take responsibility, we step into strength, we step into resilience, we step into our own power, because we're saying we're the master of our destiny. We've been creating all of this, not being intentional or by not knowing. But what if I decide that I'm going to take full responsibility of my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, my actions, and my behavior? So now you're in charge. Now you're the authority. Now you're moving into sovereignty. Now you're not allowing anything else to create for you. You're very intentional in what you're creating for yourself. So it creates this beautiful flow, and it also creates this transparency and vulnerability, that allows you to take on change, to take on anything that comes toward you with ease and grace. Because even though you don't know the solution to it, you know you're going to find it. You're trusting yourself more. You're owning what you're creating. And you realize the participation in your creation. And you also realize the power you have to change, to up-level, to course correct. And now we move into recoding a powerful mindset. We've been talking about the relationship. We were actually bringing in our multidimensional bodies in this process. The mind, the body, the spirit, the energy, the mental body, the emotional body. Recoding yourself or your mind to a powerful mindset is also developing a relationship with your mind. It's also stepping back and being aware of your thoughts, not attaching to the thoughts that are ruminating in your mind and not making a story about it. It's observing, witnessing, and saying, oh, this works for me. This is no longer alignment with who I am. It's not supporting where I want to go. And then deleting and creating that, breathing that out. And it's also activating your emotional body, because it also allows you to come into the heart space. And when you're in the heart space, you're calming your body down. So now you're eliciting your physical body, your nervous system. And your nervous system is calming down, allowing your unconscious and subconscious mind to recode, to allow positive affirmations. Because if you don't have this relationship or this awareness, you can say, I am powerful, and your mind is going to say, no, you're not enough. If you say, I'm courageous, and your mind is not there, your unconscious mind, subconscious mind is not quite there yet, it's going to say, no, I'm not going to accept that. So you want to develop a relationship with your mindset, with conditional, unconditional love, with loving kindness, with self-love, with self-forgiveness, with self-acceptance. You want to see yourself with the eyes of non-judgment. You want to be the observer. You want to witness yourself. And then you move into becoming fearless, because you're no longer judging. You're no longer attaching anything to change. You're no longer attaching anything to fear. It's just an emotion that you're used to, that you learn from others. And then you're also able to release the thoughts that are not yours. And when you can do this, you become limitless, because there's nothing in the way to stop you. And then the very last one, which is really not the last one because it's been activated within each of these different areas, playing all out and jumping all in, living out loud. Whenever you do something, if you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, what's that? What's the result of that? Some results, not the full results that you could have had if you were just all in. I'm doing this, I'm trusting, I'm surrendering, I'm going with it, I'm in the flow. And you do this at every level with self-actualization. You choose, you commit to do the work. You choose to align yourself. You choose to release. You choose to clear. You choose to activate. You choose to access your full potential. And you do this in self-mastery as well. You're committed to yourself. You're committed to being the best version of yourself. You're committed to changing, because the change begins within. You're the center of your universe. And it also applies, again, to every other area, because you're in action. So playing all out is surrendering, jumping without a parachute, and giving to yourself, saying yes to you, and allowing yourself to have the best experience, the best results, to, not to get in your own way, to choose who you are. So as we talk about all of this, again, we're coming into an alignment. We're activating our multidimensional bodies. We're coming into the place of I am. And every time you shift in a body, it affects the other bodies. Your vibration rises, your consciousness elevates in your body, in your mind, in your spirit. And you're unlocking more of yourself. And the goal is to live from this place every single day. The goal is to embody all of who you are. And what does this look like? This looks like opportunities, success, health, vitality, relationships, kind relationships, loving relationships. This looks like a life world that is working for you. It looks like you being fulfilled. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being with me today. And if you'd like to connect with me, You can connect with me at 360 Prosperity, acceleratedgrowth.com, fundcreditsuite.com. You can check out my podcast, Divine Human, Consciouspreneurs Creating Global Impact, any of the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, or you can email me directly, Maria at acceleratedabundance.com. Thank you, everyone. It's my pleasure.